This former Blue Jays prospect could be on their way back to Toronto and make an immediate impact in the middle of that lineup. The trade deadline is only 4 days away, folks, and the Blue Jays are still looking to add that impact bat. Recently, we had the pleasure of bringing on Sportsnet host Blake Murphy, who brought up an interesting trade candidate for the Toronto Blue Jays, and I'm starting to think that this guy is the exact player that the Toronto Blue Jays are not only looking for, but desperately need. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Blue Jays Today. In this video, we're going to be talking about how the Blue Jays need to be calling the Washington Nationals and inquiring about outfielder Lane Thomas before the trade deadline. Lane Thomas is a 27-year-old outfielder who was actually drafted in the 5th round by the Toronto Blue Jays back in 2014. He's enjoying a very nice breakout year, batting .293 with an on-base of .339, a slugging of .488, and an OPS of .827. And he's got some great speed too. He's ranked right now in the 94th percentile in sprint speed, and he also has a cannon of an arm, ranked 96th percentile of the entire MLB. Does that remind you of anybody? And with 2 more years of control, that's both a blessing and a curse for the Toronto Blue Jays. 2 more years of control on a guy who is breaking into his prime is probably going to cost a bit of prospect capital. I mean, look what we had to give away to get Dalton Varsho, who had 3 more years of control, and he's not even hitting close to the numbers of Lane Thomas. Washington Nationals president Mike Rizzo says that having 2 more years of control on Lane Thomas makes it much more difficult to trade. That's code word for we'd have to get a good return. So yes, the Blue Jays would have to cough up a top prospect or maybe even 2 to get someone like Lane Thomas. But I think this trade makes a lot of sense for the Blue Jays this year and for the future. Blue Jays need some thump this year against lefties, and Lane Thomas has that thump. Time for a quick shout out to Betway. Betway is the best place to make all of your sports bets on all of your favorite teams. Betway is also in collaboration with iGaming Ontario. Must be 19 years older to participate. And guys, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content. This year, he's batting .367 against lefties and has an OPS of 1.061. He would immediately replace a struggling Dalton Varsho on those left-handed pitching days, while also still forcing himself in the lineup every other day against righties. And for the future, the Blue Jays are losing Kevin Kiermaier, Brandon Belt, and possibly Whit Merrifield next season. So planning ahead, the Blue Jays looking at Lane Thomas could say, hey, you're the guy of the future that's going to play in left field. Dalton Varsho, you're going over to center. All you have to do now is maybe add 1 more guy in the offseason, and your team is set for 2024. This is exactly the kind of player that the Blue Jays like to trade for: young, controllable, and with upside. But guys, you let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about Lane Thomas, and are they going to pull that trigger? And please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, go Jays go!